Morning everyone, welcome to Kelly's Creative Dream Studios, where we are celebrating Christmas with the 12 Days of Digis 2020 with Dear Julie and Kara Branda Creations, and this is day 4. Woohoo! This is another one I really had fun playing with, and I kept going, oh, I gotta do this, and oh, I gotta do that. And let's just start with the basics. This is Kara's page for today, and I love this red. She didn't go with a stark real red. She went with a nice country market farmhouse kind of red, and I really love that. And then here is Julie's. Now in class yesterday, in Julie's premiere yesterday for day 3, Julie loves to tear and she loves pockets. I am getting better at remembering to de-stress because I keep one ink pad on my work table at all times, so I remember. But I never remember to tear. So I tore this time. I tore this, and I tore this, and I tore this. Well, you'll see. Let's see what we got today. I'm going to start out with a couple of things that I did not glue into the book because I wanted to show you. Number one, I have this one drying. I used a stamp from one of Tim Holtz's Christmas ephemera collections, as well as his poinsettia. And if you'll see on Kara's, it's just printed greenery, and I added a little extra dimension as well as crystal effects to the poinsettia. And then I put her Holiday Memories strip on the back. So that was a postcard. Haven't figured out what I'm doing it yet. It was white on the back, so I backed it with some of my coffee dyed paper. So there's number one. Don't know where it's going yet. Okay, next we have the tag, and this is one of the tips I wanted to show you. This kind of ribbon does not tie well. So if you pull it through your hole, single strand, and then hold the two items together with a little library clip, and then just tie it off with string, you can tie it off, and it will keep your trim in position, just like that. It's your second pair of hands that we often seem to need. I took this one, I kept it really simple. I just cut a piece of very vanilla cardstock. I believe it was about 2 1/4 inches by 4 1/4 inches to fit on this tag. I didn't worry about embellishing the buttons on this one because I've embellished the buttons on something else you'll see in a minute. And then I just left the back white for journaling on. And it's going to tuck right into here. Let me scoot my page up. And this is where some of my tearing came in. I tore this one from Dear Julie. And I have this piece, and I have it with some of the green stickles on it. It's pre-done, ready to go if I want to use it someplace else. And then I mounted it on a piece of cherry cobbler cardstock that I tore. Now the snowy image around here, before I did anything else with this, after tearing it, I went around the edge with my Tombow Mono Liquid Aqua, and then I sprinkled it with Martha Stewart Snow Glitter. Now I do not know if this is still available. I will check and see if it's still available, but this is cool stuff to play with. It gives you a nice snowy dimension on your projects. And then I just glued it in so I could tuck that tag into there. I've added a bit of ruffled lace on the edge, on this side. Now on the front, it still shows through. This is one of the items that I tore. If you'll see on here, it already has the brown band, but that brown band was not going to reach across the width of my page. So what I did, took some of my coffee dyed paper, I want to say, yeah, 1 1/4 inch, 1.5 inches roughly. And then I punched it with the Martha Stewart lace punch. And then I added it with some of that trim that I've been using from the Michaels Dollar Spot that I got several years ago. I'm making use of what's in my stash. And that's one of the things I love about this challenge. Well, it's not a challenge, but this collaboration. That I get to use stuff that's in my studio that I've been holding on to. I get to dig. So I've added some of the trim, and then I popped this up with dimensionals, and it gave me a belly band here, and then I've got one on the back here. And this may be where that other tag goes. We shall see. Okay, so there's that. This one I left as is, and I'm thinking about mounting this on gold, trimming this so it's got like a white mat around it, and then matting this on gold. Haven't decided for sure yet. Bear with me. You'll see what I do with this in the final flip through. But I did go through and paint the green stickles on the leaves. I didn't do anything with the holly berries, but I did use the Shimmer Dimensional from Stampin' Up! To highlight the snow areas. I did the same thing with his beard here, so it gives it a little shimmer. And the same thing, and then I did add the stickleberries here. Now this is the other thing I want to show you. This is the pocket tag from Kara Brandon. And there's a trick to this. If you're going to fold these in, fold your sides in first and then fold your bottom. By doing that, let me see if I've got a piece here. By doing that, you don't have anything, it gives you a little bit of dimension here that when you slide stuff into the pocket, it doesn't catch. If you go down there first and then try to slide in, it may catch. Fold your side panels in first, then your bottom flap, and then you won't have anything to snag on when you put your tags or whatever in your pockets. So I'm going to, I've already got the tear and tape on here. I use tear and tape usually for the pockets because it's quick. I don't have to wait for it to dry, and it really holds really good. Now we sell the tear and tape, or what we call score tape, with Stampin' Up! But I have found that the stuff from Dollar Tree works just as well, and there's a big price difference. So see, I've got that, and now with that folded over, that's going to catch, and it's going to create a little bit of a, if I can get my finger off of it, and now things are going to slide in and out of that pocket really easy. There's nothing there for it to catch on. Okay? Now I did go through last night, and I planned ahead. So I have my tree here, and all I did was run some stickles on the edge, and I cut the prongs off of a glittery star brad and mounted it on the back, and that's with dimensionals, so it stands up a little bit. And then I did dimensional glaze on the buttons, and I didn't do the string through them this time. I just did the glaze. Now, I did have some buttons that I run the twine through, but it looked too bulky and chunky, and I didn't care for that. So I just went with the dimensional glaze and left it as it is. From some of the trim off one of the tags, I had printed a duplicate set, so I had dimensional of the tree here. So I had the extra tag, so I used my whale punch and punched some tags out. And nothing says that your tab has to go on the side. You can put your tab at the top. Now, I'm going to show you a trick here, one more thing, with your hole on your tag. If you don't have an eyelet to reinforce your tag, all you need is a standard 1/4 inch punch and a hole punch. Now they, 1/2 inch. Now they do make a hole reinforcer punch. I have found that this combination works better. Don't ask me why. I just have found it. So I can take my 1/4 inch hole punch and punch out where my hole needs to be on there. And then I'm going to punch a 1/4 inch out of my cardstock. And then I'm going to come back through with my 1/2 inch punch, and I'm going to center that 1/4 inch hole right in the center there. And I'm going to do this twice. I happen to think I need one on the back, so let's do that. And then these red ones that you punched out, you have instant holly berries for putting on items to add a little extra dimension to your paper. Now, so now that we've got that, now you can run this through a Xyron sticker. But all I do is I take a little bit of glue and go real close to that hole and slide my hole reinforcer on there. And then I'm going to do the same on the back. And you can see, just like that. And then you just want to lay this on something and give it a few minutes to dry. Now I have a couple of things. I have the silicone mat from Stampin' Up!, which I need to order like a case of these because I'm always laying them somewhere and misplacing them. Or you can use the backing sheet when you've taken something and covered it with contact paper. This makes a good place to lay stuff so it won't dry. Or you can use a piece of parchment. And then your project will lift right off and go to your project when you're ready to insert it. And then this one, I haven't decided what I'm going to do on the top here yet, but I wanted to show you how to do your hole reinforcer. So, for day 3, day 4, we have a belly band and a postcard, yet to be determined. We have lace trim. We have a tag with a hole reinforcer, a new way to tie your top, place for journaling, and a place for journaling. We've added snow crystal stickles from Martha Stewart. We've learned how to use that pocket so that nothing snags when you put it down the bottom. We've used dimensional glaze on the buttons and popped them up with dimensional dots so that they've got texture. We've done the whale tab punch, another belly band, which we'll slide this one in here for now so I don't lose it between now and then. And that is our day 4. Lots to do today. I'm going to, while this is uploading, I'm going to look at day 5 and see what I'm doing with that this afternoon. And try to get a few things done around the house because Christmas is coming and Bob will be home in 2 weeks. Woohoo! I'm going to leave names and links in the description box below for elves that I'm aware of that have YouTube channels, as well as Dear Julie and Kara Brandon's YouTube channels where they both have playlists running, my playlist link, as well as links to Julie and Kara's Etsy shops specifically to this digital kit that they're using. And I think that's it. I will be doing Shout Out Saturday tomorrow when I post day 5, so come back for that. I've got new names that I'll be adding soon that have new subscribers, so please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel so more people can play and have fun like we are. Creative Christmas blessings.